So many things happening that you would really have to be, you know, to know what's going on a day-to-day basis, and all the attacks that are going on in Germany and in Sweden, Sweden becoming the rape capital of Europe or of the West. So to keep up with all that, you'd have to be a full-time journalist and be dedicated to all, because there's just so many things happening now. And people are becoming more and more frustrated, at least people who are somewhat engaged in what's going on in the world, that they're being lied to by the mainstream media. Our problem is our, shall we say, our interpretation on what, either in over in the British Isles or in Britain, you'd have something like, Channel 4 or BBC or whatever propaganda they're pumping out. Or in the United States, you have CNN and MSNBC, ABC, and all these kind of other groups. They're very, very similar to each other. So would have liked to cover that, but look, it's the same thing over and over again. And the media will not admit what's going on here. It's Islam. Islam is the issue, and people will not say it for fear of not being popular. And yes, of course, it's not every Muslim who's part of Islamic terrorism. And that should never have been the argument. And it's got nothing to do with race, it's got everything to do with religion. There's white, British, white American converts to Islam. It's got nothing to do with this. People who are in Islam are all sorts of colors. Okay, of course, there's a large amount of them who look like they're from Saudi Arabia or North African or whatever, but they don't look alike, and it's kind of silly. Anyway, so that's going on in the world at the moment, and may Europe be in our prayers. Places like Germany and things like that have taken in large refugee populations, and pray the countries like the United States have some wisdom what to do rather than the emotional blackmail that's going on. And it's mainly England, Germany, where they're really rolling out the red carpet. Sweden for various different reasons. And yeah, it's a lot of things are happening in the world. And look, the solution is the same. And we're going to be talking about today the gospel of Jesus Christ. And the solution is that Europe, United States, will turn from darkness unto light. Sometimes we can get lost in this. I was talking to somebody the other day about this. We can get so lost in all the documentation, and it just sounds so amazing. Like when you can document a case, and somebody can do a big long YouTube video with quotation after quotation after quotation. He's done loads of research. Sounds amazing, but we don't have enough, how to put it, enough of appreciation for the pastor in the pulpit who, on his knees, does preparation we will never see. The Lord sees it, and that's what's important, and the solution is the same. You don't have to have done, I'm not saying it's a bad idea, it's actually a great idea to know what Islam teaches. But if it's a false religion, Islam denies that Jesus Christ is the Messiah. They just say he's a prophet. Jesus said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh unto the Father but by me. That's a pretty exclusive claim. So all you need to know is they're not trusting in Jesus Christ. They are bound in iniquity and sins. And they are slaves to their sin, just like any other sinner. But there are various types of sinner out there. There are some religious, there are some non-religious. There are those who say that there is no God. The fool had said there is no God. It says that in Psalm 14. But let's never lose sight of this. We need to spend most of our time in the Word of God. I just want to state that before we get into all this and just talk about that other issue. You're not going to understand the plight of the world in a true sense. You might in a political sense. Oh, it comes from Islam, and it's not just Islam, it's liberalism and all this, and LGBT and all these other things that are going on. But you won't understand it unless you see that man is in bondage to his sin.